Hi everyone, this is Christina Brooke, and thank you for joining me for part two of Plot with Me in Plotter. Don't forget to subscribe and to follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Instagram,
I want to
and
do it all.
Twitch.
And
The first thing you're going to do is open your previously saved project, and then we're going to turn this single book into a series. At the top left, you'll see a drop down arrow where you can see untitled series view and then the title of the novel, Painted Hearts, which we changed from Stripey Torch because Stripey Torch was a horrible name. And you can also see that I changed the cover of the book between yesterday and today, or the previous video and this video, and that's okay. Sometimes we do that. I'm going to name this series Art Imitates Life. I decided that I wanted to do something about artists in the art community. It's going to be romance, definitely romance. I love romance. So now we're going to switch to the individual book, Painted Hearts, and we're going to look at the characters. Last time we created two characters, Heather Hemingway and Luke, Mr. Delicious Butterscotch. And we are going to flesh out these characters a little more. So stay tuned right after the break. So, when we're creating characters, there are several templates that you can use to provide you with the different fields. I'm using the snowflake method template, although I'm technically not using the snowflake method to outline my story. I have used it before. I just prefer to kind of do it differently. So I'll show you my process when we get there. But right now, what we're going to do is flesh out the characters by um, filling out some more of the information about them. And one of the ways that I do this is by using a love interest generator. It's a website that will give you a character and explain to you how that character works in a relationship. It's free. There are a lot of ads on the site, but it's definitely a tool that you can use for inspiration. Some of it's a little out there and not necessarily, serious enough to use in a regular story. So you'll see that when you click generate, it gives you a description of a character. This one is Josephine Jovel, and I like the name, so I'm going to save that in my notes for later. So I'm back in the Plotter app, and I clicked on the Notes tab where I just titled the note with the character's name. You can add tags to it. I'm tagging it Heather, so I know that that's the name of one of Heather's friends that I'd like to use. And now I'm going back to the character tab. Just a few things about the notes. You can use notes for so many things. It's great to keep all of your ideas that pop up while you're trying to find inspiration. So don't be too shy about filling up the notes section of this program. I'm heading back to the character description, and there's just really not much there today that I want to use. So I'm going to move away from that and head to astro.com. And I'm going to use this site because I like astrology. Astrology is a great tool for developing personality and understanding motivation and actions and just giving you a baseline. And once I have logged in, I am going to enter birth data for both of my characters, and I usually do this for as many as my characters as I can. I choose a birth date. In this case, my child suggested that I use September, so I chose the birth date, and I just continue filling out the form, putting in random days and hours and minutes. And once I do that, I'll be able to get a kind of like a overview, a preview of their relationship roadmap. So once I have both people in Astro.com, I generate the relationship report, and this just gives me a idea of what their relationship is like and what kinds of challenges people of these two signs will experience, and I can start to manipulate that stuff to create more dynamic characters. And so to keep it with me, I'll just copy and paste most of it and put it into a note in Plottr. So I'm going to do that right now. And I do that just so I don't have to open up the internet to start writing. I like to try and keep that off when I'm actually writing because I get distracted pretty easily. And I'm going to do a time lapse and just speed this up so you can see how I use Astro.com. I use the a BMI calculator just to check on reasonable height, weights for height, and I adjust accordingly. So I'm just filling out all of this stuff, and then when I have their description pieces filled out, I'll stop and we'll add more information about their story goals, their ambitions, and just like background information as needed for the story. Next, I'm going to use 16personalities.com to really get into the heart of who my character is. I used a random number generator to choose one of the explorer personalities for Heather, and I read through that, and as I read through it, I really start thinking about what kinds of things my character has experienced, where they've been in their lives, why they act and behave and respond the way they do. So a lot of it is very much it comes to me just from understanding more and more about these personality types and what it really means to be an extrovert, an introvert, an ambivert, all of that. I've also used tarot cards to do this, the descriptions of the different tarot cards, that works. There are a lot of authors who do that, and sometimes this results in me having to, add different attributes to my character sheet. So let me show you how to do that. So I want to add another category to my character sheet. So I'm clicking attributes, and I created a category called career. I made it a paragraph box where I can write in things about the character's career and how it plays into their lives, and through that, I learn more about my character. So here you can see I have Heather is an entertainment attorney instead of an artist. She actually is an entertainment attorney because that's what her parents wanted her to be, although she deeply desires to be an artist. So as you can see, my original story goal will change too, because her story goal is going to be that she's trying to become a partner because she thinks that that is what will make her parents the most proud. But in reality, what she wants is to be an artist. And you'll see that I also managed to come up with her ex boyfriend's name. So that's it. Thank you for joining me. Stay tuned for part 3, where we really start getting into the outline of the events in
So,
the
I
story.
want to do it all, and